Cortana to Kilo Actual. Perfect timing. We're all done here and ready for dust-off. Affirmative, Kilo Actual. I'll scan for a new LZ. Chief, gun it. Get us out of here.
Cortana, what is this place?
I don't know. It looks like a fortification of some kind, but it hasn't been used in centuries.
Is that us, partner? We're gonna make it home after all!
Okay, new LZ found. We don't have long. This ring is gonna go nuclear in 3 minutes, and we do not want to be here when it does. Marines, I've added coordinates to your nav. Be there for evac in 3 minutes.
Roger that, Cortana! Hoorah!
Look at these ancient dwellings. It almost looks like something lives here.
Just go straight up here. We've got a better chance of avoiding those banshees off-road.
Hoorah!
Whoa, banshees! Look out!
Banshees inbound! Try and lose them through those trees!
Alert! Banshees, fast and low.
Welcome to Gaming Inc. 6 TV. It's that time of the cycle again where Microsoft's most beloved racing franchise, Forza, is getting yet another new release for their arcade racer series, Forza Horizon. The series is very well known for its addicting gameplay, car collecting, beautiful locations, multiplayer, and most importantly, a ton of fun. With Forza Horizon 4 nearing its release, how does it stack compared to its previous titles? And if you're a newcomer, is this the legendary racing game we all been waiting for? Let's find out. Throughout my life, I've played many different racing games, including titles like old school Need for Speed games, Burnout, MotorStorm, Blur, Grid, Ridge Racer, and many others, and I've loved each and every one of them for different reasons, whether it be their unique progression systems, mechanics, settings, or cars. It's been a very long time since I've enjoyed a racing game in the last few years of gaming, but I think the time has officially come. No other game like Forza Horizon 4 has grabbed me to its fullest attention and immersion from the moment I started driving in the seamless open world of historic Britain, to the just one more race for the night moments in the last few days. This is where Forza Horizon 4 shines the most. The core gameplay, driving mechanics, progression systems, and seamless open world interactivity is just absolutely phenomenal. The Forza Horizon franchise was always known for its smooth responsive controls, good car handling, mechanics, and addicting gameplay, and that continues in Forza Horizon 4, but even better than ever before. The cars feel absolutely great. It doesn't matter if you're driving more of the heavier Halo's Warthog, or a lighter fancy British sports car like the Aston Martin that accelerates a lot quicker. Both cars feel great no matter their weight, turning radius, or acceleration rate. It is an absolute joy to drive all kinds of different vehicles in Forza Horizon 4, and one of the most important core designs in racing games is how the cars feel when you're in control, and this game absolutely fucking nails it. Now let's talk about the progression system in Forza Horizon 4, and how exactly the player gets rewarded for each race, event, collectible, or even discovery they find throughout the exploration of the open world Britain. There are many types of events to complete, such as cross-country races that have you race off-road through different kinds of environments, such as grassy hills, mountains, forests, or even a mix of things in a single race. Then you have your typical races where you complete laps on regular roads, and then a different set of events in the Dirt Race Club, where you drive on dirt roads, mud, and water. Some races go from point A to point B to the finish line, and others on a regular racetrack for multiple laps. Then you have something called showcases that are very unique and have you drive through particular set pieces, or when special vehicles come into play like dirt motorcycles or even trains. Those who played previous Forza Horizon titles will be very familiar with such events. Once you complete a race, you will be rewarded credits and influence points. Credits can be used as in-game currency to purchase clothing items for your driver, such as hats, glasses, pants, shirts, skirts, and so on. You can also purchase different emotes and most importantly a shit ton of fucking cars from pretty much every brand you can think of. Forza Horizon 4 features over 450 different vehicles, both new and old. Some can be found in Sacred Bond locations that are later restored in your garage for use in racing. And of course, the open world. Forza Horizon 4 also adds a great depth to how you want to challenge yourself. For example, before the race starts, you have the ability to modify different difficulty sliders and toggles, such as car damage, and whether it actually makes your vehicle drive worse or not if you decide to turn on simulation, or keep it at a cosmetic setting only, where it has no effect on your car whatsoever. You may also change the AI of the drive avatars from inexperienced, average, above average, and so on. The awesome thing about these different difficulty modifiers is that it gives you an extra bonus percentage gain for your credits when you win the races. For example, during my time with the game, I decided to turn turning corner guidelines for braking completely off. I turned on car damage to be simulated and challenged myself to drive as clean as I possibly could, and in return, I was able to gain a lot more credits throughout my game time than I normally would playing at the default setting. Influences are a vital part of the Forza Horizon 4 progression system. It's the main way you progress throughout different seasons and achieve new status. You also rank up club levels that also reward you with new items every time you level up. To sum it up, the progression system in Forza Horizon 4 is fantastic because no matter what you do, you always get rewarded and you always unlock something for your racer, whether it be a clothing item, as I previously mentioned, an emote, or a brand new car. The items are also divided into different rarities, such as green for common, blue for rare, purple for even more rare, and orange for legendary that are considered to be super fucking rare. You can also win all of these items via a wheel spinning when you level up your racer level or purchase a wheel spin skill point on your car. Yes, the skill point system from previous Forza Horizon titles returns in the latest entry, and just like previous games in the series, they work exactly the same way. You can chain multiple skills such as drifting, airtime, near misses, clean racing, and breaking small environmental objects such as fences and poles. You can accumulate a massive amount of skill points if you wish to later use them on your favorite vehicle. You can get different skills such as getting higher skill multipliers or buff your influence points gained using your favorite vehicle. It's a neat system that adds a little nice RPG depth to your car collection. Want to get all of your 450 plus cars with all the skills? Get ready for a shit ton of fucking hours of addicting grinding and fancy driving if you wish to be a masochist and achieve such a goal. Last but not least, we cannot talk about Forza Horizon 4 if we're not talking about its biggest feature in the series yet: seasons. For the first time, Playgrounds have decided to introduce something completely new to the racing genre that perhaps not really has been done before on such a high level. Seasons completely change how you race in the game due to dynamic weather effects such as snow and rain and things like that. Climate change, mud, and water interaction, and so on. As you progress through the Horizon Festival campaign and gain influencers, the game will change seasons, up until you get into the Horizon roster, which is about a good 3 to 5 hours of gameplay, depending on how fast and how good you are at racing throughout all the events that pop on your world map. Once you get into the Horizon roster, the seasons will actually change on a weekly basis via real life time. Each season also has its own unique racing series, whether it be regular racing or cross-country events as previously mentioned. Not only is your driving experience completely different every time the season changes, you also get to participate in new events that still reward your levels, cosmetics, and of course credits, to be able to eventually buy up all the cars if you wish to do so. In a nutshell, there's a shit ton of fucking content here, and it does not feel gimmicky, and it is an absolutely perfect model for a racing game. The Forza games always looked excellent, but they looked even better with every new entry in the series, whether it be Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon games. Forza Horizon 4 proudly continues this trend, and the game looks better than ever before. We played the game at a drop-dead gorgeous 4K native resolution at 60 FPS on a high-end PC rig equipped with a 1080 GTX and an i7 6700K processor. I had an amazing time in the world of historic Britain in Forza Horizon 4. Everything from water splashing, mud sliding, beautiful hills, awesome lighting effects, and gorgeous sun rays makes the driving feel completely immersive. It's been a very long time since I've been immersed in a racing game thanks to its visuals and audio. Overall, the engine feels very polished and everything is smooth, so I got no complaints here whatsoever. You might get an occasional pop-up here and there, but that's honestly due to the game being so large, and that even happens sometimes on a PC. But honestly speaking, you're never really gonna notice it unless you purposely look for it, because you're racing blazingly fast and everything is just super smooth. Your favorite radio stations such as Hospital and Bass Arena return Forza Horizon 4 with a slew of new tracks and some of your old favorites as well. The soundtrack is great and fits the game very well. However, I'm a bit confused on why Forza Horizon 4 does not let you use custom soundtracks like it did in Forza Horizon 3. I'm not exactly sure what was the reasoning behind removing that, or whether it was just a time constraint. But it does kind of suck not being able to play your own songs. Then again, I guess you could just argue that you can listen to your favorite music via YouTube or Spotify as you play the game without having the need to do it in the game and set it all up. This is really just me being nitpicky rather than critical, since this really does not hurt the game's gameplay or actual mechanics whatsoever. As for the rest of the game's audio, everything sounds good, including car engines, surface contact, and so on. The funny chatter on the radio also has a good laugh here and there, and the voice acting for some of the characters you meet in the game is surprisingly actually not bad. Obviously, they're not super duper Hollywood quality, but they get the job more than done for a racing game. Honestly, Forza Horizon 4 actually really surprised me when I played the full version of the game. I've previously played it at E3 2018 and thought it was good, but I wasn't sure how the seasons were going to turn out and what other features the game had, or how it would play out, and how long it would last. After spending a good amount of time playing and reviewing the game, I realized that Forza Horizon 4 truly is an amazing game with a shit ton of replayability and content to explore and do, whether it be single player or multiplayer. You have a shit ton of events to complete, boards to crash through for game completion and influences, save up credits to buy most expensive cars, and all the real estate, and of course all the cosmetics. If you're a completionist or a person who loves good addicting grinding that's actually fun and not monotonous, then Forza Horizon 4 is the game to be played. If you are a dude or a girl who enjoys a good competitive online racing game, then Forza Horizon 4 is also a game you must play. If you're just looking for cars to collect and nothing else, then Forza Horizon 4 is a game you must play as well. Okay, I'm gonna stop being a moron now because obviously you see the trend here. Forza Horizon 4 is a legendary masterpiece of a racing game that must be played regardless of your needs out of a fucking racing game. This is why this game gets an official Beast rating of a 10 out of 10 from Gaming Instincts. You must play this game one way or another. Kudos to Playgrounds Games and Microsoft Studios. I am looking forward to Forza Horizon 5 and see how you guys can top Forza Horizon 4. Make it happen. I have complete faith in you, and this time I hope next Forza game takes place in Japan. Thank you for an amazing experience. Peace out and have a good one.
Pilot, this would be a very good time to leave. Horizon Festival training module complete. Initiating upload of results to UNSC FleetCom.